Hi, I'm Adrienne from Indie Yoga, and thank you for joining me today to guide you through this yoga dance sequence. This is where we may be breaking a few yoga rules to find your inner dancer through improvisation, creativity, freestyle, free flow, embodiment, and embellishment of movement on your mat. A few yoga moves. It helps to know the names of postures and a few dance transitions. So pop on your favorite tunes, and I will meet you sitting down in the center of your mat. You gotta keep on breathing if you wanna make sense of it all. We will not fall. We begin seated on our mat, introducing some nice cat and cows here, just releasing through the head, the neck, the upper, the middle, and the lower back. Do whatever feels good. Mobilize into the spine, sending the arms forward of the mat and just release into a forward fold. Take the hands back behind you, release up into a back extension, lift the hips up away from the mat, push them up to the sky, and then sweep the arms all the way around, opening up into the rib cage and the shoulders, over to the left, and repeating that over to the right. Sweeping the arm up and over, big lateral stretch here again to get into the fingers, the wrists, the elbows, the shoulders. Just warming up through the arms. And releasing the legs along the mat, lifting up, stretching the body, and start to gently reach over the legs, forward folding, and roll down all the way onto your back. Bring the knees in towards the chest and just massage here through the spine. Again, warming up the spine, warming up the knees, the ankles, the hips, rocking knees over to the right into a supine twist, rocking the knees over to the left. Release the leg and then just bring that back around and release the top leg. Big stretch there. Good. Bringing yourself back up. Little roll, little push, and bring the left leg back behind you into a low lunge here so you can stretch out through the hip, lifting up that leg, and then come back into a very relaxed, bent legged, downward facing dog, pedaling out through the feet, twisting through the torso. No strict restrictions here. Widen the feet to the outer edges of the mat. Get a little bit more movement into the hips, the back of the legs in that downward facing dog. And then coming into tabletop and releasing into child's pose. Lifting the arms up above the head and taking a moment to pause and breathe. Roll the shoulders and then reach the arms forward into your child's pose, coming into tabletop, rounding through the spine into cat, and then circle the hips around. Again, freedom of movement here, circling one way, circling the other. Coming back, pressing the hips up into a wide-kneed camel, and then twisted camel here. Right arm reaches up towards the sky, and then going to the other side, left arm reaches up towards the sky, pushing pelvis forward, stretching into thighs. Bringing the right leg forward and just stepping to the front of the mat. Sway out in a bent leg forward fold, release into the head and the neck, opening up into a twisted malasana squat. Again, freedom of movement here, releasing the arms up towards the sky, dropping down and Just tiny little bunny hop jumps here so the hands can come down onto the mat, lift the feet away and roll up through the spine. Come all the way up into standing. Nice little back bend here, an upward salute, and bringing the hands back down to the sides of the body. Take a moment and sweeping left arm across the body, creating a nice figure of eight across and behind you. Repeating on the right arm across and behind you. Both arms together across and down. Sweep the arms up and back behind you, opening the heart space. Pushing forward into a deep squat. So arms come forward, buttocks go back. Lifting up right leg. Sending it back behind you into a warrior three. Flexing into the ankle. Stepping back into a straight-legged reverse warrior. And then windmilling the hands forward into a side angle, coming down into a twisted lunge, reaching up left arm, right leg is behind you, and then side squat to the back of your mat, facing the right side of your mat. Coming forward, and then gently stepping back into the front leg, lifting up into your half moon pose. Release into a forward fold, let the head relax, press through the feet, roll up through the spine, come up to standing. Lifting up left leg this time, sending it back behind you into that warrior three position, pushing the arms forward and foot goes back behind you. Gently releasing the foot to the mat, straight-legged reverse warrior. Windmilling the hands over, coming all the way into side angle pose, and then stepping to the back of the mat into your side squat. Coming back to the front of the mat, and then coming into a forward fold. And really, this is an improvisation, so if I've missed a posture, don't worry. We might introduce it again. Little tiny bunny hops. And lifting up into half moon. Find a Shavasana here. I know we didn't do a Shavasana on the other side, but that's a sugarcane pose, catching hold of the back foot. And then gently release into the fold, release in through the spine, let the head relax, roll up to standing. Reaching right arm up and over the head, and left arm up and over the head. Big side stretches. And that goes into a forward fold. So big circles through the rib cage, the arms, the shoulders. 2 or 3 on one side. And then coming back into center. Left arm goes over. Circle forward into the fold. Good. Hopping back into chaturanga, coming all the way down into the mat, opening up into your back extension, pressing back into downward dog, lifting up right leg, three-legged dog, bringing the knee in towards the chest, pushing it back, opening up through the knee and the hip. Again, freedom of movement. There's no structure needed here. Opening up into warrior two position and then reaching it back into reverse warrior. Windmilling over to triangle. Bringing back, windmilling hands over, stepping back to the front of the mat into a fold, jumping back, chaturanga, lowering down to the mat, opening up into your back extension, upward facing dog, lifting left leg this time, three-legged dog. So your left leg is opening and then bringing the knee in towards the front elbow or the front chest and pushing it back behind you. Left leg comes forward, opening up, windmilling arms into warrior two. And then reaching it back into reverse warrior and your triangle. Doesn't matter which order they come in. And then stepping forward to the front of the mat, back into that fold. rolling up through the spine, lifting the arms all the way to the sky, and then exhale, hands come into the heart center. Move the left leg out to the sides, right leg out to the sides. Move your Anjali Mudra with you. And then stepping back into a high lunge, dropping the hands to the mat, opening up into twisted lunge. Opening up to monkey twist, releasing, and half monkey. Right leg is in front. Just a stretch through the hamstring there. Changing legs by swapping through your down dog. Left leg comes forward. Find that twisted lunge, reaching the arm up and over, dropping the back knee, opening up into monkey twist, sweeping the hands forward, and then half monkey, stretching over that front leg. Take the leg back into tabletop, release to the back of the mat into child's pose. Take the hands back towards the feet. Take a moment to breathe, rest, roll up through the spine to kneeling. Take a breath, swing the legs around in front of you. If you're at the back of the mat, just shuffle yourself forward a little bit and then gently roll down through the spine, drawing knees in towards the chest and just stretching the legs up towards the sky. Take hold of the toes or the outer feet and move freely through this happy baby. Move into the ankles, the knees, the hips. Stretching legs, releasing feet to the mat, pushing hips up towards the sky. And then finding a release through the spine here. It's like a supported fish and then a lift, rounding through the spine. So hands come back over the head, arching through the spine. Hands come forward to the knees, rounding through the spine. And lifting up into that bridge, wiggle those feet out to the outer edges. Pelvis pushes up, slide back through the shoulder blades and release yourself into Shavasana from here. This is your relaxation. Give yourself a massage through the shoulders, a massage through the buttocks, moving arms, moving legs, until you find the most comfortable position to stay and relax in Shavasana. I will leave you here so you can take as long as you like in your Shavasana, but I hope that you have enjoyed just a short 12-minute practice of freedom of movement. And if you want to try this practice again, see how much you can improvise through the movement.